Hi everyone, I'm going to teach you how to set up a skateboard. That includes putting the grip tape on, setting up the trucks, putting the trucks on, putting bearings in the wheels, all that. So, the things you're going to need are a skateboard. You know, this is an old one, but I have a new one here, and I've got grip tape, which is in this box. You're going to need trucks, bearings, which are things that make the wheels spin, hardware, which mounts the trucks to the board, and wheels. Some tools you're going to need is a knife to open any boxes, a skate tool that comes with a screwdriver bit or Allen, whichever hardware you are, a drill with a Phillips head screw to make things faster. So first things first, we're going to open up our boxes and get everything out. So we have our grip tape here. It's Jessup. It's great. It's like $5 or something. It's amazing. It's cheaper, but it's the same quality. So definitely get Jessup. Okay, so in here we have our box from Careless Skate Company. Go check them out. They're super cool. Have a bunch of packing stuff. Have our deck here. It's a nice blue. It's really cool. Go check them out. Careless Skate Company. Okay. Using our knife again. Be careful not to actually cut the board. You're just going to try and rip the plastic to get it out. www.carelessskatecompany.com. Okay, so what I like to do at this point, now that I've got everything all out of its package and ready to be put together, I like to set the new stuff aside and get my old board here. And now I'm going to take out the trucks to put on the new board after we grip it, which I'll explain in a second. So you can see there's screw heads or Allen wrench heads, and the Allen wrenches look like little hexagons, and so you'll know the difference. Then on the other side, this is what you use the smallest end of your skate tool for. It fits right there. And then you can use the drill on the other side. Make sure it's on loosened because you don't want to break it. You're just going to loosen it like that, and then take the bolt out like so. Okay, so very conveniently my drill died. So I don't know why the light's still on, but it is, but it won't work. So we're going to have to use the skate tool screwdriver or an actual screwdriver. I recommend an actual screwdriver. It's just easier to hold and, easier to loosen things with. So I recommend taking off the back truck first and separating its hardware. That way you know which truck is which when you go to put them back on, because usually trucks are set a little bit differently, and the back one is a little bit stiffer. It doesn't flex as much. So if you get them mixed up, it's harder to tell them apart. This is the front truck. So a quick little tip is my bones bolts, I believe. Yes, bones. Came white on the heads, and so I left all the back bolts white, and I painted the front bolts pink and blue so I'd know which end of this kind of blank board is up and down. This is the back, obviously, but when the board is new, there's no razor tail on either side, so you don't know. Okay, so now it's time to grip the board. And now you can't just lay it on and then start riding. So the tools you're going to need for this is something metal. You can use this. A lot of people like to use their trucks, their skate screwdriver, or the end of one of their skate tools. You're also going to need a extra sharp razor blade to trim the sides. So a lot of times you can get air bubbles in the grip tape, and to do that you can just pop them like this, or you can lay it on right and not have to deal with that later. So what you do is you peel the back off of the grip tape. It's literally a giant sticker. It's like this sticker, but it's huge and sandpaper-like. So you're going to peel it. It's always very satisfying. It smells awful. So now you're going to lay it down in the middle, like this. You're just going to lay it on. Okay. So now what you do is you lay one end down. You're just going to push. Make sure that's so good. You're just going to push like this really hard. You're going to go through all of the board. And you're just going to lay this side down and push as you go, like this. Okay. And, you know, put your weight on it. Make sure it's nice and sticky and down on it. And then you're going to take your back side of it and you're going to lay it on. And this way you can rub really hard and not scratch up your hands or wreck up the new grip tape. So, you know. Those are air bubbles. You heard that. Okay. You can also kind of see them. Like there's one right here. That looks pretty good. Now, you're going to take your metal piece, like this, your truck, your skate tool, your little bolt, or your little tool, and you're going to scrape along the edge of the board, like that. And that's going to thin down the sandpaper-ish part and make it easier to cut later. So, you want to do this really well. You want like a solid white line around your board. It's also easier to do that if it's in your lap, not on the ground. So I like to do half of it and then flip it around. That way you can get the corners, not really corners, but round tail parts easier. In the pockets down here, like you can see them on this because it's sideways and there's no flappy part here, but so on the main concave part of the board right here, it kind of dips down like this and then back up into the nose or tail, and so those can be kind of tricky to get with your screwdriver, so you need to push extra hard for that. Okay, so now you can see a solid skateboard outline on your board, if you can see that on camera. Just make sure it's nice and thick and white and easier to cut, I guess. And so now you're going to take your razor blade and you're actually going to cut towards you. I know this sounds terrible. If you're like 5-year-old, don't do this. But you're just going to poke through, and you're going to do it at kind of an angle like this, and just slowly bring it towards you, and then you can stop here and then kind of move the board around to get around this edge here. And you don't want this, like the flappy side on the other side of the white line, to stick to the board, because then it'll be harder to cut. So if it is sticking like it is over here, you don't want that. You want to just kind of pull it up. So. And all that scraping we did with the piece of metal, aka a screwdriver or whatever you used, is making this cut a lot cleaner to do and smoother. So it got stuck down while I was cutting this side, so I'm going to pull this side back up like that. You also don't want to push too hard like down into the board, because you actually can take a little bit of wood off with it. Okay, so now with the remainder of our grip tape, that like the shape that we cut out of it, we're going to stick the corners together. Okay, now you're going to take this weird U shape thing, you're going to take the corners and you're going to scrape along, and that's going to kind of blend the wood and the grip tape together so it doesn't peel up in the future. I would recommend like switching to another corner once there's a big kind of white spot. If you kind of divide it up, you've got half a board and you've got 4 sides, so you could do that much really well with one corner. Make sure to get in the pockets really well, because that is the most likely place for the grip tape to pop up. If you have like an extra big kind of hangover thing, be careful, and you can kind of just trim it off a little bit to make it look more even and good. You'll have to resand that part too. So now we've gripped a board. Side note, all this is like grip tape sand dust stuff, so you might want to vacuum your room after. With our new board, we need to decide which side is the front and which is the back. And if you did get the same type board as you did last time, you can actually just set your board on top to tell. Because normally the tail will be a lot higher pitched, like the curve will be higher pitched, and the nose will be a bit flatter. So you can look at that, look at this, and tell that this is the nose. So we want to keep that first. Now we're going to take our 4 nose bolts and truck over here. We're going to actually just flip the board over, put these through like that. Okay. You might be thinking, well, like, you're not going to put the truck on the underside of the board. We're not. We're actually going to take this truck and we're going to go like that. And that's poked our holes in, so we can flip the bolts around and put them back in like that. And now we've got our 4 tiny holes. And so if you painted your bolts or whatever, you can put them in checkerboard or however you would like to put them in. A lot of your trucks aren't going to be complete like mine are, because I've had mine for a while. If you can't tell, they're all ground down and dirty and stuff. So your trucks might look like this, except a lot cleaner. By the way, these are Crux trucks, and I just colored them with a Sharpie to make it red like that because I thought it was cool. And then these are Bones Red's bearings. These are, again, old because I keep mine together like that. So I took the little caps off. And then these are Spitfire Big Head Classic 99 wheels. They're great wheels. I like them. So to put this little set together here, you're going to take off this outer bolt here and set that aside. And then there's also going to be these little tiny washers here. You don't want to lose these. I take mine off sometimes just because so be careful when you take this off. Don't like hold it upside down to let all the washers fall everywhere. So now we're going to put our bearings in the wheels, and my skate tool came with this little thing, this little attachment that fits like this. And so this is the same diameter as this axle, and so you can use it to put the bearings in. And you just push really hard. I'll do the other one like this real quick, and then I'll show you another way. Okay, so this is one wheel. You may have noticed that I only put the one wheel on that you saw me put on. Now I'm going to show you how to do a different wheel if you don't have the little wheel bearing putter on or attachment thing. So you're just going to put a bearing face down. This is where that red cap would be if you have reds. You're going to put it face down either side of the wheel, and you're just going to put it on like you would normally and put your weight on it just like that. So then you do the other one same way, face down. That's where the little red cap would be. Other side of the wheel. A washer, if you have them. Then your bolt. And take your skate tool, get down, because they're not going to be as tight as you need, so it's feeling clicky. Loosen it. Perfect. Now to do the other side. Stop. Before we go on, I want to clarify something. The bolts on your trucks face each other. Don't do it like this, because it's going to steer the opposite direction. Okay. We have ourselves a skateboard. Now, because Careless Skate Company is so kind, they gave us stickers, so we have to put them on. Now, I also had one on my old board. I had a lot on my old board. Angry Birds. So, we're going to get some stickers. We have stickers. Actually, I think I have more somewhere. Okay, so we have 2 Fragile Handle with Cares, an Explore sticker because exploring is fun and some Careless. I'll have more at some other time. Try and stick to like your wheel wells or maybe like right here, you know, somewhere, so your slides don't get interfered with, or your tail or nose slides. You know, you can't put a sticker on your truck, but you know. Okay, so judging by my old sticker placement, it was kind of under the wheel well, but I'm going to put it here. Board's not going to look cool if you've got bumpy air bubbly stickers, but because you just put grip tape on without bubbles, you're probably a pro at this, so you know, just kind of smooth it out and make it look nice. If you have big stickers, you can hang it off the edge and you can trim away the edge, and so it's hanging off. It's cool. Same with if you put it under your truck. Okay, so that's pretty cool. I might put another Careless sticker up here just to kind of make it match, I guess. Take our other Fragile Handle with Care. We're going to put it here. You can save this big chunk over here. You can put it on over here so it looks like it's wrapped around or something. That's kind of fun. can stick it right on there. It is complete. I think it looks pretty cool. Time to ride. Remember my drill died? Ooh, it's beeping. What? It's broken? Okay. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. I'm definitely enjoying my new board, and I hope you are too.